The comment of the week goes to Mac5th. If you'd like to read the comment of the week, all you have to do is comment on any video. That could have been you. Oh my goodness. I'm also on Patreon and Etsy, so you can check me out if you like. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the review, my peeps. Howdy, my peeps, and welcome. Today I have my new sketchbook with me. I've already broke it in, so to speak. You know, I already started drawing some stuff in here. But anyways, I'm going to be coloring and doing the liner for this here drawing. Can you see it? It's kind of sketched pretty lightly, but anyways. And I'm going to be using these. Wow, I found these at Michael's. I was looking for some new fine liners because my old Copic multiliners were all dried out. My black ones were, so I had to, you know, get some replacements because I've been using ballpoint pen for a little minute now, which is fine too. I like ballpoint pens, but I like these too, and these were on sale for $10. Wow. And this was the only set that they had, and I noticed that this set contains brush pens, which before I got these, I had never tried Copic brush pens before, so I was like, yes. But I have like already kind of played around with these just a little bit, but I haven't completed a finished drawing with the brush pens yet, so that's what I'll be doing today, my peeps. But anyways, I'm going to show you the lines on these bad boys. I'm going to start out with the fine liners first. We got the 0.5 here. That's what that looks like. Wow, can you see it? Can you see it? Come on. There you go. Wow, look at that. 0.5. I have used this size before. This is my preferred size, 0.5. Come on, camera. Thank you. Next, we have 0.8. Wow. Come on, Cammy. You can do it. There you go. Look at that. Wow. So just slightly thicker than the 0.5 one. Not my preferred one. I think I used this one the least out of the set that I had originally. Next we have our first brush pen here. This one's called Brush S. Wow, fancy. And this is what that looks like. I feel the need to be really careful with these because I really don't want to damage the tips of these, but that's what that looks like. I have played around with these just a little bit, the brush pens. And with this one, I feel the need to be like really gentle with it because I don't want to like damage the nib or anything. So I can't like press down. At least I feel like I can't press down. Which with my Tumbo brush pen, I'm going to show you what that looks like. I like to press down with this one, but as you can see, the tip for that is, if I can get this open. These tips are very different. And the Copic one feels like it's a lot flimsier, but like flimsier in like you can get a fine line with it kind of deal, whereas this Tombow one feels a lot more sturdy, and I feel comfortable like pressing it down on the paper to get different line widths. So with this one I feel like I just have to be really careful, otherwise I will break it, and I don't want to break it. No. Anyways, next we have, why am I opening this? I don't need to do that. Anyways, next we have brush M. So I'm guessing the other one meant brush small, and I'm guessing this one means brush medium. So, camera? Well, you get the idea. That's what that looks like. So, this one I feel like I can brush, like push down a little bit more, and I feel like out of the two I prefer this one just from this test here. However, with the BS one, the really fine one, where did it go? Brush small, brush S. With this one, I feel like it's really good for like really fine lines, really fine details, which I've tested out already on a couple of drawings, and I like that. So who knows, maybe that's what I'll use it for. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get into this drawing here. I'm going to be coloring with Copics. Wow. So we have tested the pens on a scratched piece of paper. Now it's time to actually use the pens on an actual drawing. Like I mentioned, I had tested these pens out just a little bit, the brush pens, for like small little details on a couple of other drawings. So I used them a little bit, but this was my first time using them in a full illustration. And this was not my first time using Copic pens in general. I think I already mentioned that, but anyways. So I can talk about the ink confidently because I have used them before. Oh my goodness, because they are Copic multiliners, they are Copic proof, so you can use them with alcohol based markers, which is really nice. So if you're looking for a pen that is Copic proof, there you go. Oh my goodness, they're also waterproof, which is really important for me because I like to work with watercolors, and sometimes I want to get a really bold line for my watercolor paintings because, like I mentioned, I do use ballpoint pen, and I like that for like a softer look, but sometimes you want to look like this. And that's where the Copics come in. They're really good for that. And I'm so glad that I can, like, there is a pen out there that I can use confidently with watercolors, because sometimes you may think something is waterproof, and then you go over that stuff with the watercolors, and it's like you thought, I'm actually not waterproof. And that has happened to me a few times. Ballpoint pens don't tend to do that to me. Well, some of them don't. I have this one particular ballpoint pen that you will not be able to find anywhere, and I won't be able to find it anywhere either. So I need a replacement for when it eventually dries out. But anyways, brush pens. I like them. This was my first time doing a complete drawing with the Copic brush pens. Like I mentioned, I do prefer that Tombow one because I just feel like I can press down a lot harder and a lot more without damaging the tips of the pens. So even after doing this, I still feel like I do prefer that one. However, this is not a Tombow review. This is a Copic brush marker review. Out of the two, I feel like I prefer the Brush M one, which I use for the majority of this drawing here. I used the small one for the face, but then I switched to the larger one almost immediately. Because like I mentioned, I felt like I had to be really careful with it, and I felt like I couldn't just press down really hard on it without damaging the nib, so I switched to the bigger one because I was like, I felt like it could just take more, and it did end up taking more. I still, like I said, prefer the Tombow one over the brush medium because of the line widths. The brush medium has a really, not really thick, but like a thicker line than what I would prefer for my stuff. If I could find a pen that was in between the brush small and the brush medium, that would be perfect for me. However, I don't know if they have that because I haven't actually looked it up. But other than that, I really like them. They worked well with the Copics, as you would expect. Oh my goodness. It was just that the brush medium was just a tad bit too thick for my liking. But other than that, it was a-okay. It was fine. The ink worked well with the Copics and stuff, as you would expect. So overall, if I had to give it a rating, I would give it an A+. It's wonderful. I feel like I wouldn't have that problem with the line width if I did a larger drawing. I feel like it would work better, but this was a smaller one, so it was just the slightest bit too thick. But that's just me being like nitpicky, and that's just like my personal preference. But other than that, it was perfect. And with that being said, that's all I have to say about the pens themselves. There's not much to say. I like them. And if you're interested in getting them, I would say do it. They're really nice. So that's all I have to say about that. So I guess I'll talk about this drawing for a bit. Oh my goodness. I decided to do like an entry page for my sketchbooks. I did that with my previous sketchbook, which you can see in last week's video if you like. But anyways, I like that idea a lot, to have like a drawing to kind of open the sketchbook, a drawing that's like colored and lined and all that stuff, and to also close out the sketchbook with a redraw of that drawing. I just think that's a really cool idea. So, to kind of keep that going, I decided to do that with this sketchbook. I feel like it would have been a cool idea to have matched the colors of this drawing with the cover of the sketchbook. So, blues. However, I really wanted to work with some greens, so I went with what I felt instead of what I thought I should do. Maybe that's... I feel like there's some deep advice in there somewhere. But I had a lot of fun with it. I really love Copic markers. If you've been here for a minute, you already know this. Like, this is not news. I love Copics. It was actually a risk for me to go with green because my green Copics, they need help. And and I haven't gotten the refills yet. Inshallah, I'll be getting them soon. I haven't ordered them yet either, but inshallah soon I'll be doing that. And, you know, just helping out my markers because these bad boys need some help. I thought the color that I went for the base of his sweater, I thought it was a safe color because I don't recall using that in my Copic contest illustration, which is what destroyed my markers. By destroyed them, I mean I just used a lot of ink. Well, it kind of did destroy them because I also used cold pressed watercolor paper, which was a mistake on my part. I knew that was not safe for the nibs of my markers, and yet I did it anyway, so that's my fault. But anyways, I didn't recall using that color for that drawing, so I thought, you know, I can use this one and not worry about it running out of ink. However, I was mistaken. So I had to kind of go over it again with a different color to kind of blend it out a little bit. But overall, everything turned out a-okay, so it's fine. You know, I like how it turned out, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was just a quick little thing that I did. But anyways, this is how that drawing turned out. I hope you enjoyed that video. A little all over the place, but that is my brand. Is it my brand? No. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Turtle Bun Buns, Ariana, Kelsey, Sister Donna55, and Zachary. Thank you so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. Wow. I'm also on Etsy and on Ko-fi, and you can follow me on my social medias. Links are in the description. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.